Hello, my name is Arturo Rodriguez and UFW President Emeritus. And we want to thank all the listeners for Radio Campesina for tuning in today on this really, really important interview. Today, we have an extraordinary Latina joining the show. She's not only a famous actress, but also a film producer, a director, and dedicated her time to create many foundations in support of children and farm workers, cancer patients, you name it. Eva Longoria, our guest today, has done it. Eva, it's so great to have you on the program today.
Oh, I'm so happy to speak with you, Arturo. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Eva, let's get right down to it. Why is it important? Why are you urging Latinos and Latinas to vote in this election?
Oh my gosh. I don't think there's another community that has so much at stake right now. I mean, literally our lives depend on it. Latinos are dying at larger rates than anybody else during COVID. We are 18% of the national population, but we're 34% of essential workers. So we are on the front lines. We are fighting this pandemic, and that's your nurses and your healthcare workers and your restaurant workers and your delivery truck drivers, and of course your farm workers. Like
yes.
we didn't need a global pandemic to tell us farm workers are essential. They've always been essential.
Right.
And so we have to, continue to support our farm workers who plant and pick and produce the food that we eat, and that are continuing to put food on our table during this global pandemic, often showing up without PPE and with not getting livable wages. And so there's so much we should be doing. And our country needs a change. It really needs a change. And President Trump has failed us. At every step and every corner, he has failed the Latino community. And we need to make sure that our voices are heard as a community. We're the largest minority voting bloc this election. For the first time, we're the largest minority voting bloc. So we have to exercise that power and yield that power and show this country that we are a huge part of the economy.
Great, fantastic. So you hosted the first night of the Democratic Convention this year, Eva, and we're sure that you know much better Vice President Biden, Senator Harris, from your own time that you've spent with them. Tell us, why is it that we should vote for them? Why is it that you believe that they're going to be supporting our community?
Well, first of all, Biden has always had our back throughout his political career. He's always had the back of Latinos. He has a very good plan for getting the economy back on track. So what our government needs right now are leaders like Joe Biden, who understand that the issues that are important to Latinos are the issues that are important to all Americans. We want a strong economy with opportunities, at least the infrastructure of opportunities for our families. We want health insurance. We want good education for our children. We want to reform our immigration system. We want to control climate change. And so I know for a fact, Biden has many plans to advance and progress our country, and we can make a difference to change this country. And we want a leader who respects all Americans, and that includes the Latino community. We are a big part of this country.
No, it's exactly right, Eva. And what, in your travels and working with people and all the work that you're doing on behalf of the election, what are you telling young people? What are you telling the young Latinx population that's out there? Why is this important for them?
Well, first of all, the Latino community is a very young community. We're the youngest of any ethnicity in the United States. And so our average age is 27. A Latino turns 18 every 30 seconds. So this is a very powerful group that could really shape the future of our country. We're the fastest growing demographic in the United States, which means we are the future workforce of the United States. And so we have to pair that up with access and infrastructure of opportunity. We have to make sure that this group, demography is not destiny. Just because we're going to be large doesn't mean we're going to have power. We have to really recognize that we're going to have power, understand how to use that power, because even though we're the fastest growing demographic, we are still the most unemployed, uneducated, and uninsured. Okay, so we have to fix that. And so I really think that the youth understand that much better than los viejitos in our community. I think the youth goes, we're powerful. Like they have the self-esteem that I don't think we have, or we haven't had since the civil rights movement, which I know you were a big part of. And we need that wave of positivity and that wave of inspiration and motivation to make change, because we've done it before. Unfortunately, a lot of the gains we made in the civil rights movement have been dismantled, right? A lot of the gains the UFW made, the gains that the UFW made in the 60s have been dismantled to today. And so here we are back at square one. So we have to do something about that. And I think our youth understands that. And it really excites me to see all the record-breaking voter turnouts in Texas, in Florida, in Nevada. And I know a big part of that is the Latino youth vote.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, last question, Eva. What's your biggest hope for our community after this election is over?
That we move forward, that we can move forward, and that, you know, this country understands that we have strong ties and roots in the United States. You know, when you do a hashtag go home, many of us are. I'm 9th generation Mexican. You know, I'm 9th generation Texan. My family's been here. We didn't cross the border crossed us. And I know a lot of people who feel the same way. And so I hope that going forward, we have leaders who understand that and honor and recognize that, and honor and recognize and applaud the work that our community does for our economy, because we're brave, and we're hopeful, and we're voters, and we're much stronger when we're together. You know, and I do want to say in Spanish to our community que President Trump la ha fallado a la comunidad latina varias veces. Nos ataca constantemente, refiere a los mexicanos como criminales que ponen un peligro a nuestro país, y no es cierto. Somos trabajadores y somos un gran parte de la economía de este país. Y es ahora que tenemos un presidente que nos defiende a todos, incluyendo la comunidad latina. And that's you, that's us.
That's exactly right, Eva. We thank you so much. I know our audience is really happy that you're part of this and you're doing all the great work. You're just a tremendous example for all of us, Eva. Thank you for your work.
Thank you for your work that you continue to do. I can't stress enough how important the UFW has been to all of the campesinos and all of the farm workers across this nation, especially in a time of a global pandemic and fires. And I mean, you name it, any other catastrophe we're going through, the farm workers show up and they do the job that needs to get done. And I have so much gratitude to nuestros campesinos. Muchas gracias.
No, gracias a ti. Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.